Appreciate it.
I absolutely want one, but cannot take care of one right now. She seems like she's really easy, though.
Yeah, she's not bad. She has a little separation anxiety, which is why she's here. But she won't move from my side.
Are we ready?
Yep.
We're rolling.
So, Jay, what is the most important thing that you do to maintain your status in the industry?
Make sure I'm never wrong, ever. I'd rather have no scoops ever, but make sure everything I say is correct and accurate, than have some big scoops, but I got a 98% accuracy rate. I certainly don't want a 50% accuracy rate, but for me, it's always been the number one thing for me is accuracy. And people don't care more and more about accuracy these days. They just care about being first or making a splash. The more they do that, the more it's always been incredibly important to me, but it becomes even more important. And then I promote the fact that if I say it, it's dead on, and other people, that's not the case.
So what do you do to make sure that you're accurate?
I have a three-port source policy. So if somebody unless it's coming right from, like if Michael Strahan tells me he's retiring, I don't need to check with anybody else. It's him. So if it's right from the horse's mouth, that's fine. I could, but even in a case like that, like I've had almost everything Brett Favre wise, and I'm not tight with Brett. In fact, Brett and I got into it on an occasion. But he changed his mind so much, even though I know he's saying he's retiring, he's changed his mind so much, I still had to make sure before I report it that in fact he was going to follow through with that in the morning. So I have a three-source policy. Somebody tells me something, I'm going to check with two more sources to make sure they're accurate. The reason why three, a lot of times two people talk to each other, that's just one source. You know what I mean? If I tell you something and we're the only two people who know it, it's still only one source of information. So that way you get at least a bigger chance of there being an outside way of checking information.
And who do you think your audience is, and why do they keep coming back to you?
I think it's women 85 to 92. Because, it's my demographic.
Solid. That's a valuable audience.
Who's my audience? I think it's changed because of like fantasy football. It really has. It used to be. It's not hard. Your audience can be your sports nuts. Because of fantasy football, like my mother's in a fantasy football league with like, her freaking bridge partners. So there's like, it's incredible now that how many people now know you. And it's, again, as a journalist, you always used to not being part of the story. And now people, like, they have scorecards on us, which I've called for in the past. So it's kind of my fault. But I used to say, hey, let's have a scorecard with me and ESPN who had what right, first, and wrong. And then people started having scorecards, and now when you beat someone in a story or get beaten in a story, these fans, they kill you, or whoever I beat or me or whatever, they just, hey, where you been, Glazer? You haven't been out for a while. Hey, I haven't heard from you. Oh, you got your ass kicked by them this week. It's unbelievable. So it's the whole landscape of what my audience is changed.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.